It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
And welcome to the Realm of Geekdom. This is Nerd Breaking News. We are here again for our D23 series that we're doing. In this video, we're going to be focusing on Marvel Studios. But before we do that, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our episodes. So we're going to go ahead and jump in. And before, there's 3 sections that we're going to be covering in here. The first one is we're going to be looking at some new reveals for Doomsday. There were 2. There was one that was videos. One was on the actual costumes. And then the other one that we're going to be looking will be the official trailer for a Vision Quest. So let's go ahead and look at the costume first. And let's react to that. And we'll go ahead and go straight to the professor. We'll get your reaction to this. And I know there's a little backstory behind your reaction.
What were you going to show? Oh, do you want me to jump right into it?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yeah. So overall, in terms of the cast, I think they got some parts of the cast right and some parts of the cast a little bit off. So Indy Navarrete, for example, who's Hollywood's like next big thing, casting her as Rogue, I think, waste of that girl's time. Like that role is completely, but I don't understand what they were thinking there. Plus, she doesn't necessarily fit that character at all. So to have an actress of her caliber basically play as like a side character in an ensemble movie, no. The Storm casting, they nailed it. Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. I don't think people loved that one when they saw it in Spider-Man because it just didn't feel like Jean Grey. But I think a lot of that isn't necessarily the script. It's the acting. At the end of the day, she is not at the point where she can convey that kind of emotional complexity yet. She's just not. The White Queen casting is perfect. The Cyclops casting is perfect. And I don't know who that other dude is. But yeah, I don't know who that is.
Christopher Abbott.
The guy playing Professor Xavier. Professor Xavier is easy. All you gotta do is sit in the chair and talk. So that's done. Adam Driver's Mr. Sinister. Personally, I'm not interested in that. I saw him as Kylo Ren. I can't imagine this character being more interesting than that one. Because Mr. Sinister, if we're being honest, there's not a lot there. He's just a mad scientist. Unless they add something to it, I don't expect much. The costume reveal, the costumes are cool for the old X Men cast, but they're not sticking around. So, what's the point? Is my take on that. And yeah, that's basically what I've got. In terms of the new X Men cast, I think I call it imaginary diversity, where it's diversity the way that people are used to. When you look at the center of the cast, it looks one way. But when you look on the sides, it looks something else. And then you start to realize what it is that they're doing. And it reminds you of the good old days. And some people like that. But I think that with the X Men cast, and when you see how those movies shape out, you're going to understand why folks have wanted changes to this genre for so long and the consequences of not embracing those changes. That's my 10 cents.
Yeah, and then just to let everyone know, it's Adam Driver for Mr. Sinister, Maya Boyd for Storm, Sadie Sink for Jean Grey, Christopher Abbott for Professor X, Samara Weaving, Emma Frost, Kit Connor for Cyclops, and Indy Navarrete for Rogue. Kid, what's your reaction to the casting and costumes?
I think the first thing, he didn't even been revealed yet on the casting, but what I can think of with Sinister and Emma Frost, great cast by Emma Frost, and then Jean and Cyclops, the first thing I could think of was, they're going to Cyclops, the Cable route right off the bat. They're going cable route because you already have Sinister who's obsessed with the Summers family. You have Jean and first of all, how old are the X Men going to be? They look like high school kids. Emma Frost and Storm are my favorite ones cast here on this list. Storm, Boiled. Where do I sign? She did Broadway. She had a great voice. She's probably going to be in Black Panther 3, I'm assuming, because they recast T'Challa's kid, whatever. He's now that news that came out a couple of weeks ago. So the presumption is she's probably going to get married to T'Challa's kid. I don't know how they're going to do the whole MCU thing. They should have recast T'Challa a long time ago. But that's just, that's another Marvel thing over there. She's my favorite one. Boiled, Storm is my favorite one. She just looks amazing. We looks amazing. Cyclops is one of my favorite X-Men, always has when I was a kid. This is number 3 now for Cyclops. Get it right, people. You're 0 for 2 with Cyclops. Rogue, yeah, Professor 100% killed it. Why is she here? Shouldn't it be Angel and Iceman? If you want to go old school Marvel or X-Men, 5. I don't know what the hell Rogue is doing unless she's getting popular from X-Men 97. That's the only reason that I see Rogue here. Professor X, dude, good luck. Because Patrick Stewart's been killing this role for 26 years. Good luck, whatever you do. The costume reveals, great, comma. It doesn't matter because after Secret War, it's all going to get wiped. Feige said that this is the story is going to take place. The X-Men story that comes out on May 5th, 2028 is going to be directly after the events of Secret Wars, which we all know that nobody's going to survive Secret Wars. It's clearly, and I think they're just waiting until either Doomsday comes out, because I know they started filming Secret Wars. I think they're just waiting until Doomsday to finish their run, early next year when they make $2 billion. And then they'll be like, oh, Doomsday's over, Secret Wars is coming. We're going to start getting more announcements for the X-Men. This is the Wolverine. This is this person. They're just not doing it now because why would they? The Spidey already made $2 billion. Doomsday is going to come make $2 billion. Let's focus on getting people to watch Doomsday, even though you just revealed the replacements, and it makes now the old X-Men, you don't care about them even more.
Eagle, what's your reaction to these announcements?
Yep, 100% agree with the kid. Now that I think Marvel realized that they have to change it up a little bit, right? They got the X-Men as the new IP coming in. And they had to get a new cast because the previous cast was picked by the Fox people, right? And, this is Disney, so we got to get new people in. We got to get them young so we don't pay them enough. And we're going to get them, I guess, to this point, like great actors, so at least they do that. And then we'll know if they actually can act or not. I think what the kid said was right. I think there's more characters that are going to be revealed, or at least actors. Like, we have to find out whether Wolverine is still going to be, what's his name? Hugh Jackman, right? Maybe they're waiting for this saga of Marvel to end, and then they will introduce the new actor who's going to play him. Also, I think they're taking it a little bit slow because a lot of people, whether the kid likes it or not, actually like Hugh Jackman and consider him the one and only Wolverine.
He can't be with these kids, though. He can't be with these kids.
No.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Gross.
No, and I mean, look at the guy that they picked for Professor X. He looks, like you just mentioned, just like another kid. Mind you, costume and makeup can do a lot of wonders, but we'll see if they're going to go that route. And then, Adam over here being casted is, I guess, the big surprise. I guess they needed a leading actor, somebody who had experience in basically leading the kids through maybe the 1 or 2 movies that they're going to make. We'll see. I think this is Marvel preparing for the future. I think they basically said, we made a lot of movies about the Avengers, and we had to bring Robert Downey back. I think we eventually have to separate from this, and it's going to be through the IP of the X-Men. I think there's a lot that they can do about it, right? They started with the animated series. You guys can go and watch our videos on the X-Men series, the animated series. which so far I think has been, so-so. There's some good episodes, some bad episodes. But yeah, I mean, the costumes look good, but that doesn't tell you anything at this point. So yeah, that's my take.
Well, yeah, the ego took everything that I was going to say. I think that this casting obviously reveals one thing, that they're casting for the future. As we start looking at all the actors that are currently in the roster, you start realizing, oh my God, they're all like up there in age already. So this is the prepare for the next saga that they're going to have. It's obviously going to be that X-Men stuff. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what they do with it. But I kind of see exactly what you guys are saying. Like, I'm looking at them and I'm like, this is the new Power Rangers to me.
Yes. Yes.
That's what it feels like it.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the first trailer. We're going to be looking at Vision Quest, which is going to be a new TV show on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Before you started working here, I remember when you'd come in all the time with that redhead.
I was a different person back then.
How about now? Anyone waiting for you tonight?
No. Home is just me.
It's like Before you started working here, I remember when you'd come in all the time with that redhead.
I was a different person back then.
How about now? Anyone waiting for you tonight?
No. Home is just me.
It's like I'm losing my
Who am I? I was an Avenger, but I'm not a hero anymore. I have his face, but not his virtue. All I have is his name.
Welcome home, Vision.
This house is getting crowded, Vision.
Ultron! Human avatars only.
Sir, I cannot overstate the dangers of keeping him around.
Yes, but he is a
Dad? Papa? Peepaw.
I'm a stranger to myself. That family wasn't real.
You sure about that?
I had a father, a machine called Vision.
Muzzle tough. It's a boy.
How is this possible?
Free us all and save your son.
I wish to understand my purpose.
With a genocidal maniac inside your head.
Nothing bonds a family together quite like mortal jeopardy.
All right. So let's go to get your reaction. Let's start with Eagle. Vision Quest, new TV show. Go for it.
I'm surprised. This is the first time that I look at the trailer. I'm interested, especially after I saw the guy who clearly has a big role. And I've seen him in this TV show that he's an FBI agent. What's his name?
The guy with the beard?
The guy with the beard and the glasses, yeah.
James Spader.
There we go. Great actor, by the way.
Great actor. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess 100% on the cast so far. Obviously, this is the end of the trilogy. I would assume that, I don't know, maybe the Olsen girl shows up in in this TV show. That's what I would expect.
Oh, Wanda?
They're just hiding it. I would hope so. If this is the end of the trilogy, as far as we know it, I'll be honest. I think the trilogy, Agatha and whatnot, like the first series, I think those been good surprises for Marvel in terms of like I think they put a lot of effort into the story, and they put a lot of effort into the money into the production of those TV series. I think those like this trilogy and the trilogy with what the TV? What was the other
WandaVision?
The TV show with the brother of Asgard. What's his name?
Loki.
Loki. Correct. Thank you. Those are the best TV shows that Marvel has come out with. So yeah, excited about it. The story follows, the show. Now it's Vision's turn. Like, where have you been? What are you doing? Are you also being trapped into your own world? And we don't want you to get out of there. We don't want you to know that there's a reality out here. So yeah, interesting. The casting looks good, so I'm excited. How about you guys?
Okay, take over.
I feel like it comes out in October, and I feel like it's perfect for that spooky Agatha continuation of horror Halloween type. It feels like the landscape is kooky, and you don't know reality, what's going on. The White Vision, clearly, like the Eagle said, it's the final conclusion of the trilogy of WandaVision and Agatha, and this feels like it. It feels like, yeah, it does. It does feel like the natural progression of the third version of the film. I've struggled with Disney Marvel shows, so for me and I love the actor, right? He's amazing. He's always been amazing. Paul Bettany, what is his last name? He's always been
Bettany, yeah.
Yeah, for 20 years he's been a rock star. James Spader, Eagle, the reason why he's here is because he voiced the voice of Ultron.
The voice for Ultron.
So it's kind of full circle, right? Because when he says dad, he's Ultron, the Vision. That's his dad in the MCU. In reality, real comic book fans know that Tony Stark didn't create him. But anyways, the MCU has to obsess with Robert Downey Jr., but whatever. I don't know. For me, it's more like I didn't see Agatha. I saw WandaVision. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I feel like it looks cool. I'm not hating it. It looks whatever. It's just Disney Plus shows have like outside of Loki.
Professor.
I think the challenge with Disney Plus shows has been the format. How much can you cram into 30 minutes that captures people's attention? The problem with the Disney Plus shows is they start off okay. Then in the middle of the episode, it kind of gets flat. Then in the end, something happens. You're like, ooh, then it's over. Then it's the same formula next week, the next week, which is why they have the tendency of falling kind of flat. And the only series that have managed to kind of break that mold are really the WandaVision and Agatha. Even Loki kind of falls into it episode by episode. But now, seeing as how this was made by those people, I feel like it's going to do well. It looks good. So I'm optimistic about it.
And again, to piggyback on what the kids said, we have Paul Bentley and James Spader over here. Like, these two people are amazing in their craft. So I'm actually really, really excited to see how these two are going to go ahead and interact.
Take this.
All right, so now let's go ahead and jump into the special look that we got for Avenger Doomsday. And let's react to that.